Hi, I'm Kara Henshaw from Key Associates Signature Realty.
And I'm Mitchell Berry.
And welcome back to our channel, Living in Southern Indiana. But today there's a twist. We're doing Northern Kentucky. And living on the Ohio River, I might need to change our channel as we expand into Kentucky. So we are gonna do what today?
Well, we're looking at a place that if you're looking for more of a small town feel, but still near Evansville, Indiana, this might be the place for you. So we're gonna look at Henderson, Kentucky.
And remember, we love doing these videos, but as much as we love doing videos, we love selling real estate. We are real estate agents, right? And we sell in Indiana and Kentucky. So if you are looking in any of these areas, make sure you do call, text, email us, anything. We got your back when you're moving to this area. So here we go. We're gonna give you the top 3 pros and cons of living in Henderson, Kentucky. Okay, Mitchell, we're gonna start with cons.
Okay, let's start with the cons.
We're gonna go over 3. And the first one is, and I hear about it sometimes, is the schools.
Yep.
Especially Kentucky versus Indiana, you know, all that thing going on. So what do you think in regards to the schools as a con to Henderson?
Okay, and I can speak on this very clearly
Yeah,
because
he's from Henderson, by the way.
I am, so I
don't know
went.
if everybody knows this.
Right.
Just make sure you know we have valid information.
Right, so I went through the Henderson school system.
Yes.
Actually loved my time there, got a great education. The only con is there's not a lot of choices. So there's a lot of elementary schools, but they feed into one high school. So unless you want to go across the bridge or you want to go to a private school, you've only got the one option for a high school. But they give you a lot of opportunities for AP classes. You've got classes in graphic design, automotive, they've got an archery complex and tennis courts. They've got everything you can imagine. It's just one very large high school.
So you don't have a lot of selection, not a lot of private schools in the area, but there are a lot of pluses to it as well. I mean, you got more of a small, probably town feel school.
Yep.
So if you want that smaller size, and it sounds like they have lots of opportunities for the students.
Yes.
So a con, but there's definitely a lot of pluses to it as well.
For sure.
So our second con when you're neighboring Evansville is probably shopping, amenities, restaurants. Is there a lot here? I mean, I would say it is a con if you're comparing it to Evansville, correct?
For sure.
You do not have the selection.
Right. There's a lot of good local spots though. There's some
family
really good,
owned, right?
Yes.
So not a lot of chains?
No, not a lot. You've got a selection of chains, but there's some really good local options, and a lot of them that have been here for a very long time, and so that's awesome. But overall, yeah, there's just not a huge selection unless you go across the river.
Great community support if they've been here a long time, so that's good.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're shopping, you're going to probably have to go into Evansville if you want, you know, those bigger shopping malls, restaurants. Just not as much selection. Not that they don't have it. So number 2 con. Number 3 con to living in Henderson, and this is kind of me coming in from an outsider because I'm not from Henderson. I just think the layout is a little wacky.
I agree.
Just the layout of where things are in Henderson doesn't flow as good as some cities.
Right. I agree. Yeah, some people may like it, but you've got kind of 3 major areas of Henderson. So you've got downtown, you've got kind of a thoroughfare through the middle of town, which is Green Street, and then you've got kind of North 41. So you've got a lot of different stuff that's spread out all over the place, as opposed to having a really good centralized location where you've got a lot going on.
Yeah, so the logistics of getting around just make it a little bit more time consuming. Maybe you have to plan when you're going out to do stuff. It may be personal business, whatever it may be, just different places of town. So the layout isn't the best. Again, a great town has great spots, just not all centralized. Now we're gonna head over to the pros, the good stuff here of living in Henderson. So the first one, and I think this is probably by far the number one, cost of living. Like when you're sitting outside of Evansville, the cost of living is cheaper in Henderson.
It
and
is.
a lot of areas nearby, right?
Yes, it's very affordable. A lot of people, some people work in Henderson. A lot of people will travel across the bridge. So you still have the opportunities in Evansville with jobs, but then come back over to Henderson, and typically housing's a little more affordable, eating's a little more affordable, so it's definitely a benefit there.
So you could be 15, 20 minutes into a job in Evansville, still live over here, and what do you think the cost of living difference is? I mean, you're probably talking like 3-4% cheaper maybe?
Oh, I would say so.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guesstimate. We're not
Right.
looking officially, but it is a lower cost of living. So if you do need to look at a lower cost of living, but still want to travel into Evansville, this is an option for you. The number 2 pro that I'm going to say is the small town charm compared to maybe some of the bigger areas nearby.
Yep.
And I'm going to let this guy talk because obviously he grew up in this small town.
Yes, and it's phenomenal. So it's your typical small town feel. It's not super, super small, but it's small enough that pretty much if you're gonna go out to eat or you're gonna go to a high school sporting event or whatever it may be, you're gonna see a lot of people you know. Everyone's very friendly, they're very welcoming, and so having a community come together for stuff like that is awesome.
It's like when everyone knows your name.
Exactly.
So don't expect to live here and hide.
Right.
The number 3 pro that we're going to put out there is the park system. For the size of the town that Henderson is, it has some pretty good parks.
It does. It's phenomenal. I honestly enjoy the park system in Henderson a lot more than what we've got in Evansville.
Oh, there's a plus for Henderson over Evansville, according to the Henderson guy.
Definitely. So we're actually standing in one park. There's another park across the riverfront here. There's another one down the road. There's Audubon State Park, which has a golf course and a lot of events. So there's a ton of options for that, that in my opinion, it beats a lot of places around this area.
So if you're an outdoors person or just like to get out, get some fresh air, they definitely have places to do that. So thank you for watching our video on living in Henderson and the pros and cons. It's a great place to look if you're looking in the southern Indiana area near Evansville. A great town to check out. And we always appreciate you watching us, don't we?
We do. We love it.
Until next time, what are we going to do?
We'll see you then.